Okay, let's dive into a pretty ambitious plan to conquer the south of India 1 kilometer at a time. This is less of a vacation and more of a modern-day expedition.
So, how long does this all take? Well, the entire adventure unfolds over 12 pretty incredible days.
And in those 12 days, we're going to be crossing through the heart of 4 distinct and vibrant states, each with its own totally unique culture, food, and scenery.
But here's the thing, this isn't just a straight shot from point A to point B. No way. This is a grand loop, a full-on circumnavigation of the southern tip of the subcontinent, really showing you how all these diverse places connect.
Okay, so let's trace this thing out on the map. We're kicking things off in Kolhapur, Maharashtra. From there, we arc down the western coast through Karnataka, cut across the amazing green hills of Kerala, all the way to the eastern tip in Tamil Nadu, and then it's the long haul back north to complete the loop. All right, so the first act of our journey begins on the sun-drenched shores of Karnataka. This is really where the open road meets the Arabian Sea, and the whole trip starts to find its rhythm. So, the first couple of days, they are just an absolute blur of coastal beauty. After a spiritual start at Kolhapur's Mahalakshmi Temple, the goal is to hit the iconic Om Beach in Gokarna right as the sun is setting. Day 2 gets even crazier, from serene mangroves to that breathtaking Maravante highway where the sea is literally right next to you. Now, this itinerary does something really interesting. It kind of challenges your whole idea of what a road even is. It's not always just asphalt and white lines, you know? Sometimes it's something way more elemental. And that brings us to, honestly, one of the coolest parts of the entire trip. Right as you cross into Kerala, you get to Muzabbhelangad Beach, and for 4 kilometers, the road is the beach. You can legally drive your car right on the sand next to the waves. It's an absolutely unforgettable experience. Okay, so just when you think you've got the hang of this coastal life, with the salty air and open highways, bam, the journey takes a hard right turn straight inland. The whole vibe changes. We're swapping ocean sunsets for sprawling tea gardens and easy highways for tight, winding mountain roads. And that right there kicks off the second major phase of our trip, the ascent into the lush, green world of Kerala. We're leaving the coast behind in the rearview mirror and starting the climb up into the Western Ghats. You want to know what a day in Kerala looks like on this trip? Just look at day 5. It is absolutely packed, high up in the misty hills of Munnar. It starts with this insane early morning jeep safari to the world's highest organic tea plantation, and then you spend the rest of the day exploring dams, lakes, and viewpoints. It's just a total sensory overload, in the best way possible. But, you know, Kerala isn't just about the hills, not by a long shot. This trip makes sure you get a taste of everything. From the mountains, we dip down into historic Kochi to see traditional Kathakali shows, then over to Alleppey for those iconic backwaters, and finally down to Varkala for its dramatic cliffs right over the ocean. You really get to see every side of the state. And speaking of incredible sights, you've got to see the Jatayu Earth Center on day 8. This place is just wow. It has the world's largest bird sculpture, and it's this stunning mix of mythology, art, and modern engineering that you really have to see to believe. From there, the road turns east, and you feel the vibe shift again. The pace kind of slows down. We're leaving behind the green hills of Kerala and entering the spiritual heartland of Tamil Nadu, a land of ancient temples and just powerful stories. Now, you might think this part of the trip is all about magnificent temples, and it is, but it's also about places like Dhanushkodi. It's a ghost town right at the literal end of India with this haunting, raw beauty. I mean, standing there, you really feel like you've reached the edge of the world. But yeah, that spiritual core is really built around 3 of the most significant temples in all of South India. Each one is a universe in itself. You've got the legendary treasures of the Padmanabhaswamy Temple, the sacred corridors of Rameshwaram, and the vibrant, living energy of the Meenakshi Temple in Madurai. All right, so after 11 days of just soaking it all in, the culture, the nature, the spirituality, it's time for the final act of our journey, the long, grueling, but totally rewarding drive back north. And when I say long road, I mean it. This last day is a pure test of endurance. We're talking a massive 762-kilometer push from Bangalore back to the Latur region where we started. It's a serious challenge for any road tripper, especially after almost 2 weeks on the move. And this chart really just says it all, doesn't it? It puts the whole trip into perspective. You can see the different phases so clearly. That relaxed coastal cruising, then the slow and scenic mountain driving, and then this final intense push. It's a real test of endurance after so many days of rich discovery.
So when you take a step back and look at the whole thing, I mean, wow, 12 days, 4 states, over 3,000 kilometers. This isn't just a drive. It's a true circumnavigation of southern India, packed with an incredible diversity of experiences.
Look, at the end of the day, this whole plan, it's more than just a list of roads and towns, right? It's really a blueprint for an unforgettable story, a framework for a truly epic adventure, which really just leaves one question left to answer.